Common characteristics of an SME. Following part 1 of this lesson, in this video, we're going to look at common characteristics of an SME and review the case study of Mintco Limited. Despite the varying definitions, SMEs have common characteristics that we can observe that will guide us to define them correctly. These are in their ownership and leadership, market scale, and challenges. The first characteristic is ownership and leadership. Usually, SMEs are started by one or few persons as an initiative to earn their livelihoods by using their skills or by taking advantage of a market opportunity. As seen in Mintco, Anne and Betty started their business when they could not find formal work and had seen an opportunity in Kitengela. Most SMEs are typically managed in a family business style. Founders or managing owners take key decisions rather than employ managers, even if the company has grown over time. The success of SMEs relies on the competencies and entrepreneurial spirit of the owner and his or her family, who mostly plays the key role in the company. They have great operational flexibility, and the limited number of decision makers permits speedy decision making. Their vision and willingness to take risks for return defines an SME's actions. This ensures the success of any SME, but also poses risk for the future development. As per the case study, Anne and Betty took roles in the business according to their level of expertise, and they made all the business decisions together. The second characteristic is market scale. In most cases, SMEs provide their product and services first in the region of their establishment and are therefore very much dependent on economic development within their communities. Only later do they expand to conquer national or foreign export markets. Low overhead cost, improvisation, and flexibility permit attractive prices for smaller businesses up to the level where the economies of scale of larger size production gain importance. As seen in the case study, Mintco's operations are in Kitengela, and their success in the last 5 years has depended on the development of the town. The third characteristic is challenges. At a certain size, SMEs have to face the challenge of putting organizational and managerial structures in place to cope with their growth. As Mintco plans to expand into Athi River, Anne and Betty need to rethink their management of the two sites as they cannot be physically present in both workshops at the same time. Owner-managers also find it difficult to carry out succession planning and hand over responsibilities to employed managers. This is common in cases where owners want or need to transition to a more advisory role in the business or reach a certain age and would like to retire. In line with family-oriented management approach, it can be observed that many SMEs operate in an informal or only semi-formalized manner. The level of formalization refers to how their accounts are managed and if there is a clear distinction of where separate banking accounts are maintained for private finances and business finances. The more formal an enterprise, the clearer the distinction between these two accounts. The level of formalization clearly depends on the regulatory and market environment, their size, and taxation. This presents challenges for your financial institution in getting correct financial information to make well-informed decisions. Mintco's accounting is largely manual, relying heavily on ledger books and Excel sheets to keep a record of accounts. Summary. Let us remember what we have said about SMEs, that there is no static definition that applies across all industries or financial institutions. The correct definition of an SME depends on your local banking context. SME's definition vary by sector, and to define an SME, focus on ownership and leadership, market scale, and challenges.